I think this is so great course because it integrates the ecology, the economy, and the spirituality, three areas that normally we don't integrate. And this field course allow us to see this in situ, to have hands-on experience and how indigenous people in the high Amazon integrate all this, how they relate to the plants and the soil. The other aspect of this course is that allow us also not only to have seminars, but also to visit communities. So usually we start the day with chakra, working in the gardens and learning about the plants and the soil. But then we engage in rituals. We go to communities, native communities, and then we also have seminars where we discuss the theoretical aspects of what we learn, and we connect with process of colonization and decolonization happening at home. What we're learning here, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities? So that's very important, that this is an opportunity also to talk about what is going on at home and how we can make reconciliation a reality.
A large part of what we're learning about is very emotionally charged. Just learning about, the indigenous people's relationship with the land here.
Kita upiani kaiwa kangwa tantaja. Kai mura kunota tarpuni ashwa pukunampa. Chai manta nyoka
And what's happened over, centuries to indigenous people and the forces of colonialism.
I think there's a real push for progress, and progress being defined as the North American reality or the European reality. This kind of end goal of development, which is kind of preposterous. And Anna Maria mentioned just how arriving as this other, this white idealized other, and giving people space to talk about their own customs and their own practices, and saying yeah, this is something that is great for you to be doing, and we don't want to take away what you're doing, we don't want to change it, and we're happy to just be here and experience it with you, is in itself a powerful thing.
It's been the coolest thing to actually participate in making biochar. It's an indigenous method of improving soil fertility, but also has the potential to sequester carbon and combat global warming. That makes me pretty excited. I find I learn through experience, and it's a completely different thing to learn about, for example, biochar from a book, and then there's coming here and actually shoveling coconut husks into the oven ourselves and building a fire underneath it, and then watching it come out and seeing the entire process start to finish. It's just pretty transformative, I'd say, empowering. It feels doable because we've done it.
I'm constantly reading about how the environment and how society can have this relationship, but it's always been me drawing those connections and seeing how my disciplines can try and interact. And being on a field school, you don't have to struggle to make those connections. Those connections are what you're living.
I found here, I'm less concerned about grades and less concerned about my personal success, and more concerned about how I'm impacting the community. So it's less of just a teacher-student relationship and more of a student into the community relationship. It's not just this selfish endeavor, but it's actually something that you can eventually relate to change you're gonna make in the real world.
We're just saving the world, 2 biochar ovens at a time. Sequester carbon. Growing up in a consumeristic society where a large part of the food that you're getting is just coming from the market, and you're not having that hands-on and integrated experience with the land, it just feels so reconnecting and rejuvenating in a way. And it feels really healthy. It feels really beneficial for my own health and the health of the land too. Being able to, perpetuate the regenerative cycle of the world.
And I think one of the things that's really made this course such a wonderful experience for all of us who've been part of it has just been the students coming in with such open minds and open hearts, and really being willing to engage in all of the different activities that have been made available to them.
And you could see the result immediately in the students. They felt transformed. And that's something that's not wanted in academia. We were told directly, you're not to transform the student, you are to educate them. So you put in their brain all this information and all these theories, and that's your role. This is totally cut off from life, totally cut off from real issues on the ground with people.
Just by nature of being out of the classroom helps us move into that domain. A major component of the students' experience has been going out into communities, whether that's been through our partners at Oro Verde or some of the Indigenous communities that we've been welcomed into, some of the schools that we visited.
It's just so wonderful to have an intensive learning. We are creating a community of learning here. We see the students, we see each other all day, we do things together, we think together, we digest together. To me, this is such a great opportunity. It's my first field school, and I'm sold. I believe that this is the way to go. Experiential learning, we meet each other not only as a learners and teacher and professor in a closed area, but we learn as a human being. We learn from our heart and our mind. I think this is so rich. I am sold, as I say, and I would love to have every course to be field school. It's really fantastic.